Hiya, what's up mortals? It's Charlie Rowen here, and before we get into today's video, there's something I'd like to say. I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time, so if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, if you didn't know, only 25% of you guys have subscribed to us, so please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the video. The world of One Piece has a particularly pressing pirate problem, and when the world turns to crime, there's only one group to call: the Sea Police. In One Piece, the Marines are the primary antagonist faction and the subject of today's deep dive. There's a ton to go over with these lovable upholders of justice, so strap in. We're diving in. While the Marines' exact history has yet to be revealed to us, we know that they are an organization that is centuries old. While their outward goal is taming the lawless seas and bringing justice to the One Piece world, a quick look inside the organization proves that the fictional Sea Police are about as corrupt and drunk with power as, well, the non-fictional Land Police. They have been seen making inroads and taking bribes from incredibly dangerous pirates. Arlong, for instance, held an entire island hostage for years, imposing a regular tax on its inhabitants. It was more like a protection fee. Of course, the thing you'll need protection from is Arlong if you miss a payment. He also personally killed Nami's adoptive mother, a former Marine herself, and when Nami got too close to fulfilling her end of the deal she made with Arlong to free her hometown from his tyranny, guess who Arlong sent to mess things up? That's right, this chipper fellow Marine Captain Nezumi. You see, Arlong isn't just any murderous evildoer. He's one being propped up by the world government through their Shichibukai, or warlord system. This means he gets to do whatever he wants, as long as he stays out of the Marines' hair. The Marines have a generally linear ranking system, starting at Chore Boy and ending with Fleet Admiral. You can assume that the higher you are in the ranking, the stronger you are, though there are other ways of proving yourself to the Marines that don't involve strength. Though we've seen Marines from most ranks, the major categories are the Admiral Rank and the Fleet Admiral Rank. Admiral is the second highest ranking position in the Marines. There are only ever 3 at a time, and they are comprised of the strongest the Marines have to offer. They have to be, as the Fleet Admiral is chosen from one of these 3 admirals. Each admiral has their own vision of justice, a mantra that reflects their goals and worldview. They are also given a code name consisting of a color and an animal that tells us something about the person's personality. The current admirals are Kizaru, the yellow monkey, Fujitora, the wisteria tiger, and green bull. Kizaru has the glint logia devil fruit, granting him the ability to turn into light. Not broken at all. Even though he can basically teleport, his mannerisms out of combat are slow and relaxed. He doesn't rush or lose his temper. His philosophy is unclear justice, as he tends to follow orders without much drive to pursue his own personal justice. Kizaru is the longest serving of the current admirals. The other 2 were brought in after Aokiji resigned, and Sakazuki was promoted to Fleet Admiral. Fujitora, the wisteria tiger, and Green Bull were chosen as replacements soon after. Fujitora subscribes to a surprisingly moral philosophy of justice. He seems to be working from within to clear up the corrupt elements of the Marines. Blind justice seems to fit his morality, as he is perfectly willing to criticize long-standing military institutions, like the warlord system and the Fleet Admiral's own philosophy of absolute justice. The strength of his convictions is rivaled only by Fleet Admiral Sakazuki, as evidenced by the fact that Fujitora blinded himself to literally see no evil. That's hardcore. But not as hardcore as our main channel, We the Celestials. Did you know that this current channel is a subsidiary of our main channel, We the Celestials? We the Celestials is full of fun what-if stories. If you have the sugar tooth for great storytelling, please give that channel a visit. If you're interested in the content we share with all of our other channels, click the icon on the top right corner or check the description below for a link to the channels. Now with that out of the way, let's get back into the dive. Fujitora's devil fruit, the Zushi no Mi, or Thud fruit, allows him to control gravity. It's a fruit that causes an enormous amount of destruction, which Fujitora takes responsibility for, offering to pay for any damage caused. And he causes a ton of damage. I hope they're paying this man enough though. Maybe he wouldn't have to pay out as much if he stopped going straight up Madara mode, dragging meteors down from space, messing up the geological record. Next is Green Bull, a man we've gotten one look at in a chapter that came out 2 years ago. We don't know anything about him as of yet. The former admirals include Kuzan or Aokiji, who operated under the philosophy of lazy justice. Kuzan resigned after losing the position of Fleet Admiral to Sakazuki after a 10-day battle to the death. Although Kuzan lost, Sakazuki allowed him to live. Fleet Admiral is the top of the Marine pecking order, the one who dictates the Marine sense of justice. While the Fleet Admiral still has people above them, this is the highest rank you can naturally ascend to. It's the top of the Marine corporate ladder. Currently, the Fleet Admiral is Sakazuki, formerly a Kainu, the red dog. He ate the magma fruit, which allowed him to turn his body into molten rock and punch holes through... spoilers. He is considered one of the strongest men in the One Piece world, as evidenced by his spot at the top of the Marines, though he still has higher-ups. The World Government Commander-in-Chief is a unique position given to former Fleet Admiral Kong. Though technically this is a position in the World Government, the Commander-in-Chief does have a higher authority over the Marines and the Shichibukai, Enies Lobby, Cipher Pole. He is placed directly below the 5 Elders, the 5 men known as the World Government's collective rulers. The Marines have managed to consolidate global power and entrench themselves as bringers of justice within the One Piece world. Behind all this talk of justice, the Marines are easily corruptible, brutish thugs who all feel they have a monopoly on righteousness. Each admiral fights for their own version of justice. In reality, they protect and take orders from some of the most despicable and downright evil people in the One Piece world. While there's definitely enough here to fill a deep dive, we'll go over them briefly because of their ties to the Marines. The Tenryubito, or Celestial Dragons, are the wielders of real power in the One Piece world. They are the ultimate global elite, and as far as they are concerned, the world exists to serve them. Through control of the world government, they have the power to make that happen. I'm sure we'll get to them in their own episode. Let us know if you'd be interested in that in the comments section. Just remember that these people have slaves, and can strip anyone from random individuals to princesses from any and all rights and enslave them on the spot on a whim. They have been placed above everyone else, and they have the entire world government at their beck and call. However, there is one character so mysterious they wouldn't make for much of a deep dive. We just don't have enough information. But for the sake of completion, I feel they must be included. The character I'm, pronounced I'm, is someone. They were introduced in what feels like one of the most information-packed chapters we've seen in One Piece. They end this chapter sitting on the empty throne, a throne that is heavily implied to be only open to the almighty booty of the one in charge of the whole enchilada ruler. We have reason to believe that this, whoever they are, is the one who sits at the tippy top of the One Piece world government. And if I know Oda like I think I do, it'll only be 15 years before we see him again. Can't wait! All in all, Oda has crafted a very nuanced, antagonistic group of baddies. Each member of the Marines has their own relationship with their job. While some are dead set on utilizing their power to crush anyone they deem a threat to the rule of law, others have a more laid-back approach, and others still have a moral foundation for their actions. We know that regardless of the individual moral compass of members of the Marines, they all work to prop up a downright immoral and despicable group of global elites who use the military as a tool to hold on to power. It's a typically Oda way to put together a group of villains. It's complicated and detailed, giving Oda so much room to create, which is why we love the man. Thank you all for watching the video to the end. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. On behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank the writer and the editors for this video. Their info will be in the description. If you're a voice actor, editor, or writer, or if you're interested in joining us, check out our Discord in the description of this video and hit up the head of one of those areas. We're always looking for members to join us. That's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and push that like button if you like the video. Until next time, peace out, mortals. Have an amazing day.